Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to today's readings. I'm seeing your cards already, pile 2 and this one for pile 3. I will turn them over actually as I'm speaking. So beautiful souls, these readings were requested. We are asking, what is this person thinking about you? And we have 3 cards and 3 beautiful crystals, very different energies to help to guide you in. So beautiful souls, there's a lot happening at the time of my doing this reading astrologically. So lots of stuff going on with people for us. Now this can be any person. What is this person thinking about you? It can be any person. For some of you, I know you'll be tuning in through love or romance. If when I am drawing love messages through some of the cards, if you are looking at this for a work colleague or a different kind of friendship or relationship, then just disregard those particular cards. But you'll get the energy and you'll get the essence of the reading and of the messages coming through. So pile 1, ancestors, spirit guides. This is your card for pile 1 and it is sitting with the selenite heart. So that is pile 1. Pile 2, we have card number 38, Star People, Universal Knowledge. This is for pile 2 with the Amethyst Wand. What is this person thinking about you? And then pile 3, we have Wigwam, Movement. This is card number 8. Okay, and this is sitting with the clear quartz crystal ball. This is what it's looking like. Okay, now beautiful souls, I would suggest focusing on the person that you are reaching out to this reading for. So whoever they are, what is this person thinking about you? Well, really bring them into your mind's eye, really connect with them, think about them, connect to their energy. And then really see how that resonates with each of these piles. If you find it's kind of resonating with more than one, that's totally cool. It may be that there is sort of more than one avenue of thought that's going on, in which case there may be more than one message. If you're wanting to kind of check out what is this person thinking about you with more than one person, I would suggest just focusing on one person at a time. Otherwise it could get a little bit confusing and it's harder to get focused on the energy. So beautiful souls, the timestamps are in the description below. I'm going to put them in a comment along with all the cards I'm using. It is an absolute honour and a privilege to read for you. I hope you are doing amazingly. Thank you for being here. And yeah, this was really requested actually by quite a significant number of people. I haven't done this reading for a little while. So let's dive into the readings in just a moment. Now, I'm going to leave the video running for just a little bit more in case you want a bit more time. And if it runs out and you need more time, you can always press the pause button. But hopefully leaving it running for a little bit more will give you some time and space just to sit with the thought of that person that you're thinking about. And just asking that question, really setting that intent for yourself. What is this person thinking about you? See you in the readings in just a moment. Hey pile 1, welcome to your reading. What is this person thinking about you? Now you have the selenite heart, you have the card of 9, ancestors, spirit guides. Now the very first thing I think I'm going to draw for you is a card of intent. Let's just ask what this person's fundamental intent is about for you. I'm seeing 2 coming through for you. Let's check these out. Okay. We have anchor to fly, and we have she tames by lying down the staff and rope. Okay. I think this is somebody who wishes to make a commitment. You know, she tames by lying down the staff and rope. Anchor to fly. This is somebody who actually does. They're very supportive. Very, very, very supportive of you. They are also very supportive of your autonomy, your independence, of who you are, I'm going to say your spirituality. They're very supportive of who you are in essence. They really, really do wish to make a commitment to you in whatever shape or form this relationship is. They want to be connected to you. I think they have a recognition that there is something about you that is very, I was going to say very unique. We're all unique. We're all unique individuals. Of course we are. But there is something I think they recognize that you are unlike anyone they have actually met before. And I think they recognize that you are on a very distinct pathway as well. And they wish to support you on the pathway in every possible way. They want to have your back. At the same time, they are recognizing that you kind of need the freedom to fly almost. You need the freedom to navigate your own life. I think there's a real acknowledgement within them that they want to back you 100%. They want to make a commitment, but they also see that you need space effectively to live your life and to follow your pathway, follow your dreams. Let's get some more information. May we have some more information? Let's draw from the Akashic records, the Akashic Tarot, and ask about the karmic connection here. So the Akashic Library, well, you've absolutely unquestionably met before, that's for sure. In fact, I would say you've probably made an agreement to come together. Yes, absolutely, the Queen of Scrolls. You've made an agreement to come together. I'm going to say to work together. Now, the work doesn't necessarily mean that this rules out a loving relationship. If any of you are inquiring about what does someone think about me and it's a working alliance, then absolutely you made a commitment. This was written in the Akashic records a long time ago that you would come together, and this would be the purpose of this person is actually to be like a rock for you, an anchor for you, so that you can find your way. They could even be a parent. You know, there's something about this connection where they are here to support you, to fulfill your destiny, to fulfill your pathway. And there's a recognition of this person. Karmically, they've come here. You've met before, you made an agreement, and they said, you know, I will show up at this point in time to support you. Now, if this is a love interest that you're inquiring about, then I think as a partner, as partnership material, I think they actually absolutely are wanting to walk beside you, to back you 100%, to be there, to be your rock, to be your anchor, so that you can fly, so that you can follow your own pathway and destiny. So, you know, however we look at it, this is the essence of the message here. Let's draw a couple more cards for you. We have, it's time to celebrate, cultivate an air of celebration today, let go of the past. It's time to envision a new story. So for some of you, what I would say is maybe, it feels for me that this is a connection that's in its, I would venture to say, early stages of development. I don't think, or if it's if you're asking about an established relationship, then maybe it's been going through a wobble, or you're questioning how much they really are there for you. This feels like a real commitment. Let go of the past. Cultivate an air of celebration. I think this is a connection that can be celebrated. There's no question of it. I think there is work to be done, and the work is very much about you following your pathway and being supported in it. Let's draw some more cards. We have retrograde. And we have Capricorn, achieve. Absolutely. You can achieve a great deal. Now, what you might want to do, I'm going to place the heart just down here for a moment. We'll work out where it can go. Yeah, that's better, making some space for it up here. Okay. What I will say is, I mean, this is quite a power, almost like a power couple. But I think it's really interesting because I think the other person sees themselves as your support, as your backup. With the retrograde energy, either this is a connection where you're at a point of review, or you haven't yet met, for some of you, and you are kind of almost looking for someone to support you. You're looking, could be that business partnership or a partnership that will be supportive to you. You're looking for something. If you are together, you're in the early stages of something, or you are in an existing connection with someone, this is a good point to review, to establish how you are moving forwards, to possibly make that commitment, actually. I mean, your person may be a little bit reticent, if you know them already, to try and pin you down because they don't want to limit your horizons, but they really are wanting to be your rock, your anchor. So if you've been sort of thinking, do I really want to kind of commit at this stage because do I want to limit my horizons? I don't think this person will limit your horizons. I think they'll help you to expand them. Let's draw some tarot cards and see more of what we're shown about this connection. What is this person thinking about you? We've got a lot of cards showing through here. How interesting. I'm seeing this one as well. What is this person thinking about you? We have the Five of Pentacles. We have the Star. Wow. We have the Three of Cups. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Page of Wands. We have the White Newman, which is a card that's unique to this pack. Let me move these all the way along so we have space for everything. And then we have the Lovers. Okay, wow. So I'm going back to what I said about if this is, there's work to be done. If this is a working connection that you're looking at, then this is a really dynamic kind of power relationship. What is really, really interesting is I think this person is a bit in awe of you. And if this is a love connection, I think they really, really, really see a future with you. They want this commitment, Three of Cups. They want to make this commitment. I think they're ever so afraid that you will say no. I think they're fearful of disappointment. They see you as somebody who is like their guiding light, or indeed a guiding light for others. They really are in awe of you. I mean, it's quite delightful. They absolutely want to make this commitment. For some of you, this is a really new person. And, you know, even though it's quite new and you might just be steadily watching it unfold and thinking this is absolutely lovely, they're there already. They're like, you know, I'm committing, I would commit tomorrow but I'm afraid of saying something in case it's too soon, or in case, you know, you might say no. They're fearful of disappointment. But they really do see you as potentially being a powerhouse as a couple. They really do. Whether this is love or a working alliance, or indeed for some of you both, if this is someone you've met at work, they're dying to ask you out. They're dying, and they know what they want. This is somebody who knows what they want. But they do feel the challenge. I think the challenge for them is actually almost, I think they're quite tongue-tied. How do they say what they want to say to you? Let's actually draw some additional kind of love messages, and I will interpret them in both sort of connections, whether it's a partner, an intimate partner, the lovers, or whether it's a more working alliance or a different kind of relationship. So we ask, what does this person want to say to pile one? What would this person like to say to pile one? My feelings for you are growing. Yeah, that absolutely figures. What does this person want to say to pile one? I have so much I want to say to you. I am true to you. Yeah, they really, really, really want to make a commitment. Absolutely. Anything else this person would like to say to pile number one? Anything else this person would like to say to pile number one? Okay. I feel you with me. They really feel this connection. They are there. They're already there. You may not be in a consolidated or even real relationship yet, or you may be in the early stages of one, or if you are coming back together after a period of discord. For many of you, I think this is in the early stages of something. Their feelings are growing. There is so much they want to say. They're very anxious for some it is of disappointment. They are absolutely committed to you through and through. I think they think about you all the time. They feel you with them. They really see you as a powerhouse of a couple, whether this is a working alliance or otherwise. This person's is thinking about you a lot. This person is thinking that they are thinking of a future with you. They are thinking about all the things that you could be doing together, the things you could create together, the world that you could build, literally. They are looking ahead to the future with you. This is what they are thinking. And their feelings towards you are, I think they feel, whether they are aware of that sort of karmic implication, some of them may well be, and they'll be like, you know, we must have met before. This must be a past life connection. We've come back together. This is absolutely almost as if they knew it from the moment you really started to connect, or the moment they saw you. If they're not aware of those kinds of things, they are very, very aware of the strength of the connection, and they have been kind of right from the get-go. They really do see you as being someone who is absolutely like a guiding light, their North Star, and they want to be they want to be your rock and support you 100%. Pile one, this person thinks the world of you, maybe even slightly idealised. There could even be a slightly idealised version of you, but you know, the point is their commitment is real. They've seen enough of you to know that you are really someone. And they would really, really like to take that forwards. But they are absolutely lacking in confidence because there is a fear and an anxiety that somehow they won't be good enough, or that you might see them as not being a particularly good option, or there might be better options out there for you. But that commitment is genuine. It's absolutely genuine, and it's absolutely real. Pile one, this is your reading. I don't feel we need to draw any more cards. This is what this person is thinking about you. Beautiful souls, it feels very powerfully positive. Perhaps we will just draw a few more cards, in fact, just to kind of have a sneaky peek as to where this might go, kind of assuming that this is also what you want. So let's ask, where might this relationship be going, assuming that pile one also want it to happen? Okay, we have Nine of Swords. This is a very interesting turn up for the books. What else are we shown? Okay. How interesting. Nine of Swords through with the Death and Rebirth card to the Nine of Cups. Okay, this is genuinely life transformational for both parties, if this is what you want. It's like moving from a real sense of the dark night of the soul to, this is lovely, Temperance and the Three of Pentacles. This is moving, I mean, what a transformation. This is a relationship of genuine transformation. It's life-changing, literally, with the Death and Rebirth card. We're moving from that sort of dark night of the soul, wondering if it'll ever happen, to this complete and utter state of celebration, joy and happiness. It's a balanced relationship. It's also underpinned by an ability to, I'm going to go back to working together. You know, if this is a love interest, you're going to work well together. It's going to happen. It's, you know, we've got a family here, but this is about working well together. It's a creative relationship. It's like, yeah, you work well, you operate well. And if it's any other type of relationship, you work well together. You really, really do. Wow. Yeah, if this is what you want, this really is life-changing. in a really big way. It's fabulous, absolutely gorgeous. Pile 1, I'm sending you so much love, so much happiness. Keep us posted. I post these readings on Tuesdays and Fridays. Well, not necessarily, obviously I ask specific questions on Tuesdays and Fridays, and on Sundays I do a weekly reading where we ask for an immediate message from Spirit and from your Spirit team, and we check in on the week ahead. So if you want to make sure that you never miss a reading, if you subscribe, hit the little bell icon as well. And yeah, keep us posted. The weekly readings are a great place if you do tune in with those every Sunday. It's a great place to, you know, update on what's happening in your world. Pile 1, tons of love. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honour and a blessing to read for you. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. What is this person thinking about you? You have star people, universal knowledge. You also have the amethyst wand. Amethyst is a master healer. Now the first thing I'm going to do is draw a card to find out about their intent towards you. What is this person's intent? Her joy renders the impossible task possible. Wow. That's pretty cool. Let's see whether there are 2 cards coming through, as there were in pile 1, and it sort of feels like there's more to come from this pack. And we have Sacred Falcon shows the way. Okay. Her joy renders the impossible task possible. Sacred Falcon shows the way. I think this person does look to you, actually. I think they really, really look up to you. Maybe they are looking to you almost as a mentor or somebody who can guide them, actually. Universal knowledge. I think they see you as someone very wise, almost like a healer or somebody. I think they do see you as somebody who can assist them, somebody who can help them. Now let's get a bit more information about this connection, whether this is, you know, let's look at it from the perspective of different kinds of relationships. I'm going to ask about the karmic connection here first as well. May we ask about the karmic connection with this person? Okay, so the divine physician, that they do see you as a healer. Maybe you have known one another before and on track. Okay, I'm quite curious about this. Amethyst is a master healer. You have the divine physician. You have on track. I need to draw more cards before I say any more. Let's draw more cards. I will say more in a moment for you, pile 2. We have emotions are the reflection. Look for the deeper meaning. And look at these 2 swifts and swallows. Oh, excuse me. Do you know, I breathed in and something almost took my breath away. Today is the day to try something daring. Okay. Oh, this is, I almost feel like this reading is becoming more and more curious. Took my breath away. Okay. We then have Aquarius, collaborate. Lovely. And Pluto, rebirth. Right, now your reading is becoming clear. Okay. There are many people, I'm sure you will know this already, there are many people who have Pleiadian connections. I mean, I know in a way we are all made of star stuff, but there are some people living as we are all walking together who you know who you are. You're a starseed person. You know that you've come here with purpose. You know you carry certain knowledge. You know that you're here with a particular purpose, and it contributes to the healing of humanity and the raising of humanity's consciousness. This person, I think, either they are, well, I think you both are, basically. I think that's what I'm going to say. I kind of, Aquarius, collaborate, Pluto, rebirth. I think you both are. I think that you have come here in a very healing capacity. Emotions are the reflection. You are like, you do reflect something in one another. I was feeling very much that this person looked up to you as the healer, looked up to you as somebody who can almost achieve the impossible. But curiously enough, with go on an adventure and on track, I think that both of you actually stretch each other. I think you both stretch each other and you both take each other out of your comfort zone. There's something about you both that stretches you, pushes you into a zone that is, it takes you further along your journey. It rebirths you. It gives you an opportunity to see something differently. Yeah, you are, there's something in you that is a mutual reflection of, it's however unique and individual you are, which of course you will be, there is something between you that is like a reflection of the potential growth that sits here. You stretch each other actually. You take each other out of your own, out of your respective comfort zones. It is mutual. In many ways you show each other the way. I wasn't sure whether initially you were just somebody who was showing somebody else the way, offering them healing. I think you give one another healing. That's part of the purpose here. I need to draw more cards. Let's draw some more tarot cards and just see what else we're shown here about this connection. I'm very intrigued and very fascinated, pile 2, by the potential of this and how it might pan out. Let's just see what we're shown about this connection. What is this person thinking about you? So we have the Knight of Cups. Okay, that's pretty cool. See them marching forwards. You have the Ten of Pentacles. You have the Page of Cups. You have the Tower. Wow. You have the Ten of Wands. You have Temperance. You have the Eight of Cups. And you also have the Lovers. I'll just place that here. Okay. If this is a love interest, this person does genuinely, they see you as someone with whom they can, I think they see you as somebody who can lift them, somebody who can make them feel better about themselves or about others, or, you know, but they do see you as somebody, I think hanging out with you just makes them feel better about themselves. You take them out of themselves. You help them to feel more in balance. There's something about you for them that makes them feel better. I just have this little niggle, which is, do you feel better about being with them? You know, is this too one-sided? I mean, it's interesting. We have Temperance, which is all about balance. But I am wondering, Ten of Wands. This can be a card where you feel like you're carrying too much responsibility. Are we being shown here that a part of you is questioning whether you should kind of walk away, that maybe this person would be almost slightly too destructive for you, that they might need too much from you? I need more information here. I really do. And this is a general reading, so this is going to reach a lot of people. May I please ask about that first scenario? For pile 2, is there any element that this person or their person that they are thinking of could be a little bit overwhelming, a little bit too much? Page of Swords, yes. For some of you, I think you are possibly wondering if this person could be wanting too much or leaning too much on your generosity with the Six of Pentacles. You're wondering whether you'll need to kind of basically hold some firm boundaries around them. Now, another option is that, because this is a general reading, that there is a balance here. And that in many ways, both of you step out of your comfort zone. You both go on a new adventure. You both discover new territory. May I ask about that potential, please? Quite a lot of cards showing. Let's go with it. We have the High Priestess. We have the Eight of Wands. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Star. Okay, so If any of you are feeling like the person that you are inquiring about today is perhaps it's out of balance, it's taking a bit, they're taking a bit more than you wish to give, or they're relying upon you for a lot. And you can give that, but the point is you're questioning whether it's in balance or not. I mean, for some of you, I think, I'm not saying the relationship is going to be a complete negative. What I'm seeing is that you'll need to draw some really firm boundaries around how much you give. For those of you for whom this is really taking you out of your comfort zone, it's stepping you into new territory, and you are both growing equally, even though it feels a little bit like, whoa, this might be quite a lot to handle. I am seeing this being a real fabulous, there's a lot of potential here. And I think it could move forwards quite fast. Maybe it's because it's moving fast, actually. For some of you, and these messages, obviously I'm looking at different scenarios. These messages will be for some and not all. Hopefully it's resonating enough for you to know that this is the right reading for you. But I think for some of you, maybe it has moved very quickly. And because it's moved very quickly, maybe you are also thinking, whoa, this is moving so quickly. Do I need to like slow it down? Do I need to put some boundaries down? Is this going so fast? I don't know where it's going. Is this person going to become a bit overwhelming? Could they be a burden to me? This looks as though it won't be, actually. We're seeing a really favourable outcome here. Let's draw some messages. Now, bear in mind, this is a sort of a pack of cards that kind of connects to love messages, but we have the lovers. But irrespective, if this is a friendship, or, you know, or whether it's an intimate partnership, or however this is, whether it's a work colleague where you've really gelled and now you're wondering whether they're going to lean on you too heavily. They're always saying, oh, you're so good at everything you do. You know, what do I do this? How do I do this? And you're thinking, I don't want to be showing you all the time. I've got to get on with my own work. However this is, drawing boundaries may be important. But I will draw some love messages and we'll see what we're shown. So disregard these if you're looking for a different type of relationship. We see, you are different from me. Okay. I am not free to pursue what I want, hence the energy of burden somehow. Okay. So for some of you, again, a message, for some, not all. Yes, I keep my feelings bottled up. Okay. For some of you, part of the oppression here, the burden here is that I think this person really does want to move something forwards. But they would have to cut cords. They'd have to cut ties. I don't think they're free to pursue what they want. It's not the right time or the right place. They really would like to move it forwards. If they reach a point where it was the right time, it would move forwards very quickly. But actually, yeah, they're not in a place where they'd have to leave something to move this forwards. And I don't think that they are in a place where they're able to do that. I also think, perhaps across the board, this person isn't really able to speak out about how they feel. Perhaps for some, because, you know, it's intruding into something that they're not really free to do so. I think about you constantly. Yeah, I thought that they were very much available for you, very much connected. They're very tuned in with you. But yeah, there is definitely some block. And it's interesting, I was really picking up on this and I was thinking, well, will they be a burden to you? You know, would they want more than you could give? Will this be out of balance? Ironically enough, these cards were suggesting otherwise. We're suggesting this could be a very, you know, fast-moving, fabulous connection. But actually, I think there is an energy around which is making this really difficult. I think you're very different to anyone they've ever met. I think that's perhaps why. They're a little bit blown away by this, not quite sure how to proceed. I've just put those cards down, but the card on the top has flipped over, so I'm going to have this. I have so much I want to say to you. Yeah. So much they want to say. Somehow they're not free. Maybe make an inquiry as to why this can't move forwards at this moment in time. So we have the Four of Wands, we have the Lovers, we have the Queen of Pentacles. How interesting, because this would suggest that should be able to move forwards. What's in the way? What's in the way of this? What is in the way of this? Maybe this person is in a working situation. There's a visibility around them. It could be you have a work connection with them or a professional connection. This could almost be somebody like a healer, like your doctor, your physician, somebody. And do you know what? It's really obvious the chemistry is there, but of course there are professional boundaries. It would be difficult to be seen together somehow. It would be very difficult to be out in the open. For some, it could be that they are already in another relationship. But however we look at it, there's something here. I think the chemistry between you, if this is love, is really right. If it's in a working environment and it's not to do with love, I think there is a real sense of wanting to work together, but maybe they're already in a team of people and they've already made a commitment and they'd be letting people down to come and work with you. There's definitely something in the way here. Definitely something in the way. May we ask how this might proceed? Okay, so we have, I think this will happen. Ace of Cups, Knight of Cups. We have 10 of Wands. And we have the 4 of Swords. I actually do think this will move forwards, my beautiful pile 2. I think whatever is in the way will be left behind. I think this can get started, whatever the connection is. I think it can happen. And I think what will happen is there may be a period with the 4 of Swords where you're having to take your time. You know, when somebody exits something, let's say somebody gets divorced or they leave the company or they move, I don't know if it's your therapist or something, and, you know, there's an ending. There's got to be a period of time before you can then come together. But I am seeing something ending here. The oppression, the difficulty is exiting, and a period of time before this can actually happen. But I do see the potential for it to happen. I guess the question is, do you want to wait? May we ask about this? Would pile 2 be happy to wait? Would it be worth their while waiting? Knight of Wands would suggest it would be pretty cool to wait. Queen of Cups would suggest that this could manifest quite nicely. We have the Hierophant suggesting it's guided. We have the card of Strength suggesting it would be worth waiting for. And we have the card of Justice. I think there will be something that this is worth waiting for. I think probably, I mean, if this person was exiting a relationship, they need to exit it because it's the right thing to do. You know, you may have been a catalyst, but you're not the problem, as it were. And you know, if they've got to exit something, they need to sort that out first. But when they do, I think this would work. This is looking really, really good. It's looking really good. Pile 2, indeed, I think it's almost guided, really. Takes me back to our karmic cards where we have the on track. Very interesting, and the divine physician, so something has to be healed first. But the on track, it's like you come out of the waiting room and you get on the train. So I feel as if you are prepared to wait, my beautiful souls, I think this could be a relationship of great potential. But something else has to be addressed first along the way. And so whether this is a love interest or a friendship or a working arrangement, whatever it may be, I think something else has to be addressed before this person is really able to move forwards and be fully available to jump on that train with you, to go on that new adventure. But I think if you are prepared to wait, I think it will probably be worth the wait. Wow. Okay, pile 2. This is your message. What is this person thinking about you in its purest form? Is I think that there is so much they want to say. I think they really, really, really wish they could just talk to you about how they feel, what they want. But right now, there's other stuff that they have to sort out. And maybe they would, in many ways, also like to give you an explanation and let you know what their plans are to make changes, to change something so that they are available. But somehow they really struggle to voice their feelings, so they're in a tricky spot with themselves. That, of course, is not your responsibility. Pile 2, this is your reading. Thank you for requesting this reading, those of you who did. I I hope this is really resonating for you. I do post readings on Tuesdays and Fridays, and every week as well on a Sunday when I post weekly guidance, and we ask for an immediate message from your spirit team, and we look at the week ahead. Do check those out if they are appealing to you, if this is resonating. Do check out other videos on the homepage. Pile 2, it is a real honour and privilege to read for you. Do keep us posted. It would be awesome to hear from you. I am sending you so much love, beautiful souls, and I look forward to seeing you for another reading really, really soon. If you want to make sure you don't miss a reading as soon as I upload, then subscribe and hit the little bell icon. And thank you to all of you who like, share and leave comments. It's just a joy to be connected with you all. Tons of love. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. You have the card of Wigwam, movement. Now, and before I move forward, and this wonderful crystal ball. So, before I draw lots of cards, I'm going to draw a card or a couple of cards and ask about this person's intention towards you. Okay, we have above you the Lantern Dancer, and Sacred Sherpa guides you beyond. Okay, above you the Lantern Dancer. Sacred Sherpa guides you beyond. I need more information. Let's look at the karmic connections in this relationship, this person as well. Clearing the way. How interesting. Sacred Sherpa guides you beyond. You also have the Willow, 2 of Forces. Now the willow tree is very much about emotions and water. Sacred Sherpa. I wonder if this is someone who is movement. Someone who is to guide you through and beyond something. What is this person thinking about you? I need more cards. May we ask for more information? What is this person thinking about, my lovely pile 3? Today is the day. It's time to begin the journey. You are wanted. There is a home waiting within. How interesting, because of course a wigwam is a home. How fascinating. Let's draw more. Will we please ask, what is this person thinking about? Pile 3, review, Mars motion, and at the base we have South Node past. Okay. This is very, very interesting. I'm wondering if for some of you this is someone where you've ended up having some distance between you. Something got stuck or it got stopped, or this could you could even be thinking about someone from your past. Perhaps someone from your past who's come back into your world recently. Or it could even be a family member with wigwam and home. But there is something here about clearing the way. This person's intentions. I think this person does have an intention to try and move something forwards. If this is somebody you've lost touch with, I think they are really thinking about reconnecting. They're really evaluating and working out how to move this forwards. If this is somebody, I think for some people this really is something where there was a problem or something got stuck. Now, if this is not resonating with you, it may not be quite the right reading for you. What we're seeing is this person's intentions are, or what they're thinking about you is, how do they move it forwards? How do they move a red light to a green light? How do they get an emotional flow happening? How do they fix the past? And I think they are spending a lot of time thinking about this. How do they move it forwards? How do they remove the blocks? How do they get it to move? How interesting. Let's draw tarot cards and see what else we are shown. May we please inquire about this person. What are they thinking about pile 2? But rather than just what are they thinking, I think we know what they're thinking. This feels very specific, beautiful souls. This is definitely someone where there's been some distance, or there is a block between you for some reason, or it's a connection that you came together and then for some reason the timing wasn't right, so you moved apart. One or other of you could have been left feeling a bit bruised or a bit unwanted. This person may have been left feeling a bit unwanted. Maybe you weren't really ready, or you weren't available, or something else was happening in your world. And so they were left feeling a bit unwanted. But actually, I think they are really trying to think, or indeed maybe they weren't ready and you were left feeling unwanted, but I feel they are trying to work out, they're really focused on trying to work out how to fix what happened and move this forwards. Motion, movement. Sacred Sherpa guides, clearing the way, guides you beyond. They're trying to work out how to move beyond whatever has happened between you in the past. I do think this is someone where you have a past connection. Let's get more information and just see what we are shown. General advice and guidance around this. Okay, we have Black Newman. Okay, this is very interesting. This is one of the 2 cards in this pack that is different from a traditional pack, or any other tarot pack. We have the Page of Cups and the 5 of Swords. Oh man, this person is in a real dilemma over this. We have the World, we have the King of Cups, we have the 8 of Swords, and then we have the Fool. Okay. This is just so interesting because the Black Newman is almost like it's about clinging onto a lost cause. Yeah, Page of Cups, wanting to move it forwards. 5 of Swords, torn, between such a decision. Do they come forward? Do they not? I think that they are really torn around you. Their feelings are in a constant state of challenge. I think they'd like to see what was blocked unblocked. I think they'd like to move something forwards, but I do feel that they have seriously questioned whether whatever took you apart was kind of like either the final straw. Let's get more information really about this. Let's draw some more tarot cards from another pack. Maybe we have more information about kind of what was happening. 8 of Swords again, very different 8 of Swords, but we are imagery wise, but we really are tangled in something. Constant worry over this. Constant worry. May we have further information. I'm going to draw some love messages actually. A couple more tarot first. Yeah, Justice. They're really questioning about whether this is ever going... I think there's a lot of doubt in their mind as to whether this can ever be put right. Whatever it was that took place, I think there's a massive doubt as to whether this could ever really be fully repaired. And yet, they kind of want to. There's an emotional tie here. Now, not everyone will be watching this for love, okay? But I'm going to draw some sort of love messages, and I'll look at them as if this was a friendship or something, because this could be a friendship where you've gone your separate ways and somebody's they're really missing hanging out with you, but they really don't know whether you can overcome the challenges that happen between you. So what is this person wanting to say to my pile 3? Right, you helped me to see clearly, or you helped me to see clearly. I have a secret. I want to show you my authentic self. I am not free to pursue what I want. Any more messages for pile 3, please? Any more messages for pile 3? Are there any more messages for pile 3? Right. I check your social media all the time. Okay, this isn't too stalkery, but I actually do feel this person is, it may even be that this person has moved on. They are in a different world. They have maybe, if you were in an intimate relationship, they've moved on. If it was a friendship, they've got a good circle of close friends and it just doesn't feel right to get back and hang out with you again. But at the same time, they really miss you. Yeah, I just feel something really did go wrong, and this is the real, and it's still there. The block is actually, or the worry about the block is still there. Let's find out if this can be moved forwards. Can this be moved forwards, or is it really genuinely, you know, has it reached its sort of, has it passed its shelf life really? To some extent, this may of course depend on how you feel, but if you're inquiring about them, then I guess you must have some sort of feelings around this. Let's kind of ask for more information. Can this be fixed or healed if pile 3 wanted it to be so? And if so, what would they do? Maybe. Let's look at these first. Can this be healed? Okay. This is really interesting. There'd be a lot of learning to do with the Page of Swords. I think we could say yes, this could be healed, but there'd have to be a lot of learning, and I think it would have to move forward slowly. 9 of Swords and Page of Cups. What I would say is, because whatever took place between you, it hasn't left the easiest pathway forwards. You know, sometimes we can part company with someone and the door is left open. And, you know, then you meet again and you think, do you know what? Actually, you know, let bygones be bygones, or, you know, the door was always left open. But it doesn't feel like the door has been left open in an easy way. So I don't think it would be entirely easy to make this happen. But there's learning. I think if the learning has happened and taken place on both sides, you know, real contemplation, and if this was slow to emerge with the 4 of Swords energy, yeah, it may not be, there might be worry on both sides that it will happen again, but with the Page of Cups, it is suggesting that there could be the potential for this to be revitalised. May we have further information about how this might proceed? We have the 9 of Pentacles. Well, that's rather groovy. We have the Knight of Swords, we have the 7 of Pentacles, and we have the Tower. Well, okay. I actually do think that this could move forwards, okay? It would require, as I've said, an acknowledgement of the learning on both sides. You kind of need to check it out. Take it slowly. I think a lot of reassurance, probably, open conversation would be needed with the Knight of Swords. There'd have to be really open thinking and the nurturing of this. You'd have to literally, you'd need to want to invest fully and really nurture this and kind of demonstrate that this is what you want. I think there'd need to be, and that swings on both ways. So if it was you that ended this connection and it kind of closed a lot of doors, you would have to do an awful lot of nurturing and demonstrate that you are making a real commitment. I think if the other person was the one that kind of walked away, you will probably need them to offer you the same. I feel that there is reassurance is going to be needed, a lot of nurture, let it unfold slowly, but with a really solid, clear commitment. I think if that can happen, then this could genuinely be a life-changing connection. Wow. Pile 3, this is your relationship. This is, I think this person is thinking a lot about you, but also I think they see as many blocks as there are openings, but it's certainly not impossible if this is what you really want, and if it's what you really both want. I just think there's a bit of work to be done on both sides, yeah, to nurture it along, and lots of reassurance, open conversations, removing the worry, removing the doubt, genuine commitment. But I'm seeing a lot of potential here if you want to invest. Looks to be pretty life-changing with the Tower. And it does look as if this really, you know, this is a pigs might fly card, so it really could actually happen. But yeah, there would have to be this kind of acknowledgement going on, and that putting in the work. right at its sort of foundational level here, and then you've got something to build on. Pile 3, this is your reading. Thank you so much for joining me today. I feel there is nothing left to draw today for you. I feel this is complete. Thank you for joining me. Thank you to those of you who requested this reading. I'm sending you so much love, and yeah, do watch out for another reading really soon. I post on a Tuesday and a Friday, and usually, well, always on a Sunday, for immediate guidance from Spirit with an immediate message for you, and we look at the week ahead, the lay of the land, which is always, I know some of you really love those readings and follow them, and thank you to those of you who do follow them week in, week out. And there are so many pages on the home page that you can connect to if you want to find immediate guidance, or to find a message with, you know, that asks a specific question. They are there as a resource for you. So beautiful souls, thank you for liking and sharing and commenting, and all of you who give back through the super thanks in the comments. I feel very humbled and very loved by you all. Thank you. And if you want to make sure you never miss a reading, then subscribe and hit the little bell icon as well. Tons of love, Pile 3.